What we are getting to know in the Balwant Singh assassination case, the Supreme Court has declined to commute the death penalty of Balwant Singh Rajoana to life imprisonment and has asked the centre to consider the mercy petition expeditiously. So the Supreme Court, which has declined to commute the Babbar Khalsa terrorist Balwant Singh Rajoana's death sentence to life imprisonment, and Harish, now it means it is now left it to the centre, to the union government, to consider his mercy plea in connection with the former Punjab Chief Minister's assassination that happened back in 1995. Harish? All right, it seems that the Supreme Court had noted that the delay by the Ministry of Home Affairs in deciding Rajoana's mercy plea can be construed as its disinclination to commute his sentence. And this is the time when the Supreme Court has held that the MHA could consider the request again at an appropriate time. Now, this was earlier when the Supreme Court had reserved its verdict on a petition filed by Rajoana back in 2020 for commuting his punishment in a view of communication that was issued by the MHA in September 2019 to Punjab for commuting his death sentence to a life term. And it seems when it comes to today, the Supreme Court in the matter, as it was taking up the matter today, has now left it to the union government to consider his mercy plea in connection with the former Punjab Chief Minister Beant Singh's assassination case that happened back in 1995. So here is the Supreme Court refusing to commute Babbar Khalsa terrorist Rajoana's death sentence and has now left it to the centre to consider his mercy plea in connection with the assassination of former Punjab Chief Minister Balwant Singh. So the bench that was led by Justice B.R. Gawai has noted that the delay by the Ministry of Home Affairs in deciding Rajoana's mercy plea can be construed as its disinclination to commute his sentence, and they have been saying that the MHA could consider request again at an appropriate time. It was back in March where the Supreme Court had reserved its verdict on the petition that was filed on Rajoana back in 2020. Exactly what the Supreme Court has to say, Harish.
Yes, Amita, Supreme Court has declined to commute death penalty of Balwant Singh Rajoana to life imprisonment in the 1995 ex-Punjab Chief Minister Beant Singh assassination case. Supreme Court has asked the Ministry of Home Affairs to expedite their decision on his mercy plea. Supreme Court, remember, was delivering verdict on the plea filed by Rajoana seeking commutation of death sentence to life. His mercy petition had been pending for 7 years. Supreme Court bench had earlier repeatedly slammed the centre for the indecision and said that there has to be a decision one way or the other. Remember, he was sentenced to death for his role in assassination of former Punjab CM Beant Singh, and he was given death sentence for first time by the lower court in 2007. Sentence was also upheld in 2010 by the Punjab and Haryana High Court and upheld by Supreme Court. Rajoana, in fact, filed the writ petition 2020 saying that central government had in 2019 announced its decision to commute his death sentence and grant remission to 8 other convicts to mark the occasion of 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak. He had sought for implementation of that decision. He also sought an alternate prayer to commute his death sentence on the ground of delay in considering the mercy petition. But Supreme Court
here is the Supreme Court asking the centre to take a stand, especially when it comes to Rajoana, and the Supreme Court now asking the centre there, whereas also refusing when it comes to commuting Babbar Khalsa terrorist Rajoana's death sentence.